Welcome to Forgotten Tales, where we journey back in time to explore the incredible stories hidden within our history. In this episode, we'll delve into some of the most fascinating and unique cooking techniques from history that not only tantalize the taste buds, but also reveal the extraordinary resourcefulness of our ancestors. So grab your apron and let's get cooking through time. Have you ever wondered how our ancestors prepared their meals? What if I told you that some cooking techniques from thousands of years ago still influence the way we cook today? From underground ovens to ash cooking, the history of food is a treasure trove of unique techniques that not only shape the culinary landscape, but also reflect the culture and ingenuity of ancient civilizations. Let's begin with one of the oldest cooking techniques known to humankind, the earth oven. Used by indigenous cultures worldwide, this method involves digging a pit, lining it with stones and heating the stones with fire. Once they're hot enough, food wrapped in leaves is placed inside, covered with soil, and left to cook slowly for several hours. Imagine being part of a communal gathering, where families and friends come together to prepare a meal. The anticipation builds as the earthy aroma of cooking meat fills the air, mingling with the sounds of laughter and conversation. This traditional method not only infuses the food with rich flavors but also preserves moisture, resulting in tender and succulent dishes. The cooking process can take several hours, allowing for deep flavors to develop while also bringing the community together. The earth oven has been utilized across various cultures, from the Maori of New Zealand to Native American tribes in North America. The Maori traditionally prepared a dish called hangi, where meats and vegetables are cooked in an underground oven. They would heat stones in a fire until they were red hot, then place them in the pit along with the wrapped food, covering it with soil and leaves. The result is a feast that brings people together, symbolizing community and sharing. In Hawaii, a similar method known as imu is used. Celebrations like luau's feature foods cooked this way, highlighting the cultural significance of this technique. The earth oven isn't just a cooking method, it's a ritual, a way of bonding with nature and each other. Next, we travel to ancient Rome, where ash cooking was a popular technique. This method involved burying food, like meat or root vegetables, in hot ashes to cook it evenly. The ancient Romans believed that ash cooking enhanced flavors and made the food more nutritious. Picture yourself in a bustling Roman market, surrounded by vendors selling fresh produce and meats. A skilled cook prepares for a feast by layering hot coals and ashes in a shallow pit. Once the fire has died down, they place the seasoned meat or vegetables directly into the ashes, burying them completely. The heat from the ashes allows for even cooking, sealing in the natural juices and flavors. This technique was not merely about cooking, it was also about showcasing culinary skill. Ash-cooked dishes were often served at elaborate banquets, highlighting the sophistication of Roman cuisine. Historical texts describe extravagant feasts where dishes cooked in ashes were presented with great ceremony. Guests would marvel at the smoky aroma and tender textures, delighted by the flavors that transcended mere sustenance. Ash cooking also had practical benefits. It was an efficient way to cook large quantities of food, especially during celebrations or harvest festivals. As the ashes cooled, they could be reused for gardening, demonstrating a resourceful approach to food preparation and waste management that resonates even today. Now, let's explore fermentation, a technique used by various ancient civilizations, including the Chinese, Egyptians, and Mesopotamians. Fermentation not only preserved food but also transformed it into new, flavorful creations. The earliest evidence of fermented beverages dates back to around 7,000 to 6,600 BC in ancient China, where rice, honey, and fruit were used to create a fermented drink. This practice eventually spread across cultures, with each civilization adding its unique twist. In ancient Egypt, fermentation played a vital role in food preparation, particularly in the production of bread and beer. The Egyptians were skilled brewers, creating various types of beer that were essential to their daily diet and religious rituals. Bread, too, was often leavened through natural fermentation, resulting in a light, airy texture that we still enjoy today. Imagine walking through the bustling streets of ancient Egypt, where vendors sell freshly baked bread and clay pots of beer. The scent of warm bread wafts through the air, mingling with the sounds of children playing and merchants haggling. The bread was not just food, it was a staple of life, an offering to the gods, and a symbol of community. These early food scientists utilized the natural process of fermentation to enhance flavors, improve shelf life, and even create alcoholic beverages. It's fascinating how these ancient practices laid the groundwork for modern cuisine. Fermentation is responsible for the tangy flavors in yogurt, sauerkraut, and pickles, showing how our ancestors' ingenuity continues to influence our diets today. Moreover, fermentation wasn't limited to beverages. The preservation of vegetables and fruits through fermentation allowed ancient peoples to survive through harsh winters, ensuring they had nutritious food sources year-round. It's a testament to human creativity and resilience, adapting to the environment and making the most of available resources. Another captivating technique is smoking food, used by cultures around the world to add depth and flavor. Native American tribes employed this method to preserve fish and meat, while the Chinese mastered the art of tea smoking. Smoking food dates back to ancient times when preservation was crucial for survival. The process involves exposing food to smoke from burning or smoldering materials, usually wood. The smoke infuses the food with distinctive flavors and helps preserve it by inhibiting bacterial growth. Imagine a traditional smokehouse in a Native American village. Fishermen bring in their catch of the day, and the community gathers to smoke the fish, ensuring that it lasts through the winter months. The rich, smoky aroma fills the air, a sign of good food and community spirit. In modern culinary practices, smoking has become an art form. Chefs experiment with various wood types, such as hickory, mesquite, and applewood, to create unique flavor profiles. Think of a perfectly smoked piece of salmon, its rich, smoky aroma wafting through the air, enticing everyone around. This ancient technique has also led to the revival of traditional recipes and cooking methods in contemporary kitchens. Smoking is no longer just a preservation technique, it has become a culinary trend, celebrated in restaurants and home kitchens alike. Now, let's turn our attention to the use of clay pots, a cooking method that has stood the test of time. From the Mediterranean to Asia, clay pots have been used for centuries to create flavorful dishes. The porous nature of clay allows for even heat distribution, ensuring that food cooks evenly while retaining moisture. In ancient Greece, clay pots called taverns were common for cooking stews and casseroles. The slow, even heat created by the clay helped to develop rich flavors, making these dishes a staple of Greek cuisine. Imagine gathering around a table filled with steaming pots of fragrant stews, each one telling a story of the ingredients sourced from local farms and the love of home cooking. In Mexico, traditional clay pots known as ollas are still used to prepare dishes like mole and tamales. The unique flavor imparted by the clay enhances the overall taste, creating a culinary experience that connects people to their heritage. In modern times, clay cooking has seen a resurgence in popularity as people seek out healthier, natural cooking methods. The use of clay pots not only promotes slow cooking but also emphasizes the importance of using fresh, wholesome ingredients. It's a return to the roots of cooking, honoring traditions while creating delicious, healthy meals. Finally, let's explore the fascinating technique of cooking with salt, a method that has been employed by various cultures to enhance flavors and preserve food. The ancient Romans and Greeks were known to use salt, not only for seasoning but also for cooking fish and meats. Cooking with salt involves either dry brining or using salt crusts. For instance, in dry brining, meat is coated with salt and left to rest before cooking. The salt draws out moisture, which then reabsorbs into the meat, enhancing its flavor and tenderness. Imagine a bustling Roman kitchen where cooks prepare for a grand feast. They carefully coat fish with salt, allowing it to cure before cooking, resulting in a dish that's bursting with flavor. Salt-crusted cooking is another technique that has stood the test of time. Picture a whole fish being encased in salt before being baked. The salt forms a hard shell, trapping steam and moisture inside, ensuring that the fish cooks evenly while infusing it with flavor. The presentation is stunning, as the salt crust is cracked open at the table, revealing a perfectly cooked dish. This method not only elevates flavors but also speaks to the cultural significance of salt throughout history. In ancient Rome, salt was so valuable that it was used as currency, and soldiers were sometimes paid in salt, giving rise to the term salary. Salt's role in preservation and cooking highlights its importance in human history and the evolution of cuisine. Now that we've unearthed these incredible cooking techniques from the past, we want to hear from you. What unique methods have you tried, or which one are you eager to explore? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't miss our next video, where we'll dive into the world of forgotten beverages from the ancient world. Discover the unique drinks that quenched the thirst of our ancestors and how they shaped social rituals throughout history. And as always, if you enjoyed this journey through time, hit the like button, share this video with fellow history lovers, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Forgotten Tales. Until next time, remember, history is full of stories waiting to be uncovered, stories that blur the line between myth and reality.